Have you ever wished you could go back and start over? We can't change the past, but we can always begin again. Right here, right now. In this story, let's listen and learn how every ending can become a new beginning. There was a time when I wished I could go back. Back to when things were simple. Back to when I didn't make that mistake. Back to when I didn't hurt someone I loved. I used to think, if only I could start again, everything would be perfect. But time doesn't work that way. We can't rewind life. We can only move forward. And slowly, I learned, I can't start a new beginning, but I can start building a new ending. The past is like ink on paper. Once it's written, we can't erase it completely. Even if we try, the marks still remain. But that doesn't mean the story is over, because every page that follows is still blank. And those pages, they belong to me. I used to feel trapped by my mistakes, like they defined who I was. But now I know my past doesn't decide my future. It only reminds me of where I began. There was a time I didn't want to think about it. I tried to forget. I tried to act like nothing happened. But the more I ran, the heavier it felt. It followed me like a shadow. Until one day, I stopped running. I turned around and looked at my past. And I said, "You're part of me, but you're not all of me." That moment changed everything, because I realized you can't build a better ending if you keep running from your beginning. We all love the idea of a perfect beginning, a clean page, a fresh start, a new life. But life isn't like a book you can rewrite. Life is more like a river. It keeps flowing no matter what happens upstream. You can't go back to where it started, but you can choose how you sailed today. Sometimes the river is calm. Sometimes it's rough. But the direction you take now, that's what decides where you'll end up. One small word, today, can change everything. Yesterday might be full of regret. Tomorrow might be full of fear. But today is where you can act. Every day is a small chance to start again. Not to erase what happened, but to write something better beside it. Maybe you can say sorry. Maybe you can forgive. Maybe you can simply smile and keep going. Whatever you do, it starts with today. For a long time, I told myself, I'll start when I'm ready. I'll change when things get better. I'll move on when I stop hurting. But that right time never came. Because the truth is, there is no perfect moment to start again. The only moment we ever have is now. I remember sitting by my desk one night, thinking about all the things I hadn't done. And suddenly I whispered to myself, if I can't go back, I'll start here. That was the first real step forward. I used to hate my mistakes. They made me feel small and weak. But now I see mistakes are not my enemies. They are my teachers. Every mistake showed me something new. What not to do. Who to trust. When to pause. Without them, I wouldn't have learned how to grow. So now when I look back, I say thank you, even to the moments that hurt, because they shaped the person I am today. It's easy to think change means starting over completely, but real change begins right where you are. You don't need to move to another city. You don't need to forget who you were. You just need to take one honest step forward. Every small choice, to be kind, to be brave, to forgive, to try again, is a line in your new ending. And one day, you'll look back and realize the story didn't change because you went back. It changed because you continued. Sometimes letting go feels impossible. We think if we forgive, we forget. But that's not true. Letting go doesn't mean erasing. It means freeing your heart to move again. It means saying, yes, it happened. Yes, it hurt. But I choose to keep living. And when you make that choice, you stop being stuck in the old chapter. You begin writing a new one. One morning, I looked at myself in the mirror. I saw someone tired, but still standing. Someone hurt, but still breathing. And I said softly, "You can't go back, but you can move forward." That sentence became my guide. It helped me take small steps again. To call a friend, to forgive someone, to forgive myself. Each action was a small piece of a new ending. Starting now doesn't mean you erase your past. It means you stop letting it control you. You begin again, not as someone who never fell, but as someone who got up. There is beauty in scars. There is strength in trying again. There is peace in saying, "I can't change what happened, but I can change what happens next." When I feel lost, I remind myself, I can't go back and change my first page, but I can write the next one better. I don't need a new beginning. I just need courage to continue, because every ending can become beautiful if I choose to keep writing. Once I met an old man at a park. He was painting a picture. It looked beautiful, except for one dark stain in the corner. I asked him, "Why don't you start again on a new canvas?" He smiled and said, "Because this stain is part of the story. If I paint again, I'll turn it into a tree." That moment stayed with me, because life is like that painting. You don't throw it away when you make a mistake. You paint over it. You create something new from it. Maybe you can't fix the past. Maybe you can't undo what's been done, but you can write the rest differently. You can choose peace instead of anger. You can choose kindness instead of regret. You can choose love instead of fear. And when you do, you'll see that the story isn't over yet. Life doesn't give us a restart button, but it gives us every sunrise. And each one says the same thing. You can begin again. You can't go back to change your first page, but you can write a better last one. Every step, every smile, every choice you make today, they all shape your new ending. So start now, not tomorrow, not when you're ready, just now. Because this moment is where your new ending begins. You can't go back and start a new beginning, but you can start today and create a new ending.